G'day. Would you like to vote on our issues board that we've got going at the moment?
Please get rid of this fucking Labour government.
That's the goal.
Oh, please.
You don't get it. You don't get it. You don't get it. You don't get to tell me shit.
I got to know from my friend there are two parties, Labour and National, if I'm not wrong.
So those are the two big parties, but we've got a bunch of small parties as well.
Yeah.
So Green Party and the ACT Party over there are in Parliament at the moment, alongside National and Labour. And we were in Parliament, but we're waiting in the wings to come back. One of the specific policy that we've got is make the HEADS assessment universal for all year 9 to 13 students to kind of help bridge the gap between the feelings of young people and the mental health sector. It's resourcing and pushing students towards the right resources.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
We ultimately just communicate that we're balanced and common sense. And I think people are seeing that when they look at the policies that we've got on our Yay or Nay board, and when we explain that those are our policies, they take themselves back of it and they go, okay, that's fitting with what you've said. We've actually had quite a few people willing to sign up to our newsletter today, which has been great. I have candy and I have fruit.
I will take candy.
Who said no to that one?
And more students.
Oh, yeah,
That'll do it, yeah. Do you want to vote on our board as well?
I would love to.
Yeah, rightio.
16-year-olds, yeah. More youth vote means more left.
My sister's 16 and she's not very clever. She's not very clever, so I don't...
The 16-year-olds being allowed to vote. There's a lot of people that don't know which way they want to go on that, and it has been interesting to listen to people talk about that. Do you want to do it, Nicola?
Sorry?
Do you want to do it? You can vote on them.
Just reading it. I'm interested in the questions.
I'd think you'd find some of the education ones more interesting, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Where does the NZ first stand on borrowing and debt?
On borrowing and debt.
Yeah, because I guess all of these
Stud-
are kind of, a lot of these are really expensive.
Student debt or just
national
government debt, right?
National debt, like a lot of these are quite expensive.
Well, I feel like that's laid out in our policy manifestos, but since our 2023 policy is under review, I'm not going to comment on that.
Fair enough.
Because-
Fair enough. What was your name anyway?
I'm Keegan. I'm the National Chairman of Young New Zealand
Oh,
First.
very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, Nick.
Good on you for signing people up today and
Thank
bringing
you.
Cook today.
Yeah, likewise.
I'm not saying that New Zealand First has bad policy. The issue is that, like, people aren't voting based on policy. People see your charismatic shadow leader, maybe leader, and think to themselves, you know what, he's a bit racist, but I like that he says it. And I don't know if that's what I ideologically agree with. I also don't necessarily agree that we need to kumbaya our way out of every fucking problem.
So this is my, not quite childhood home, my teenage home. Moved here when I was 15, kind of where I spent most of my time as a teenager, whether it be reading, studying, or playing on my Xbox, which I've now got in Dunedin. But yeah, and so this is where I stay whenever I come down and visit Mum and Dad, assuming it's available and they haven't booked it out. Right now, I am working on the graphics for Winston's State of the Nation speech that's on the 24th of March. A lot of people assume that anyone involved with the party is racist. At the Vic's Clubs Day, before we'd even set up, before the event started, someone from another party came over and tried to accuse myself and the other volunteer there of being racist. That was the first thing they'd said to us, and that we hated immigrants. And I was quite offended from that because my grandparents were immigrants. I dislike that kind of preconceived notion that you can apply a generalised way of thinking about a party to an individual, especially if they're volunteering at an event that you're also volunteering at. I've never found the draw to the more extreme sides of politics.
These were the photos the day after you were born. And that was when his eyes first opened. What's one of the hats that they had on your head?
It's not even a glove anymore. I guess by premature birth and all the complications there, being 3 months early, I guess it kind of set the tone for what was to come. It was, I think Mum described me as a fighter, and that I fought through that, and I'd like to think that that's kind of how I've approached life as a fighter, as a bit of an underdog. I kind of thought the only way that I could do good was by being a lawyer, and so that's what I started doing at university. And then I found the culture really negative. You've got to be the loudest one in the room, the most blunt, the roughest. You just got to kind of be a bit of a dick, and that just didn't sit right with me. So I thought that for my own mental health, I wouldn't want to operate in a system like that. We're about to head to my old school, Aurora College, to go catch up with some of the old teachers and speak to some students about pursuing tertiary education, and hopefully encourage some more of them to go, so I can break the cycle of me being the only one.
Is there a political component to this?
Never going there in a political sense. It's always as a former head student. We've had politicians stop in at our school before because it's a low decile school, so it's a tick on their box. They'd never talk about the people they were visiting. They'd always either talk about themselves or their parties, and it kind of annoyed me when I was younger. Has anyone here thought about university or anything? A few of those? Yep. Is there anyone brave enough to share what they've been thinking about doing? Gonna go with no on that one. I was on the City Youth Council, and I was told by other students on there, and actually even a city councillor, that Aurora doesn't matter, that most of our students aren't going anywhere. I would hope that none of you think like that. Just because you're at a smaller school, a lower decile school, I hope you don't think that's going to stop you from doing anything, because it hasn't stopped me. If you're passionate enough about something and you keep working away at it, you will find your feet and you'll land on your feet, and it will work out. And I know it doesn't seem like that when you're sitting in a hall like this listening to someone like me waffle on about it.
The owner of a Silver Mazda CX-5, registration number NJG595. Please go move your vehicle from the park and ride that is blocking the exit.
Agri Centre South is over that side, so we could go to Telford and then go that way and then come back up. There's lots of farmers or primary industry-based businesses here, and it's also kind of good to just re-engage with the members of the public that just kind of walk through here.
No, it's good to see you here.
Is he here today tormenting the masses?
He sure is. He's down, I think we think he's down the other side at the moment.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's doing a walk around.
He's fucking good, isn't he?
He's great fun.
Yeah.
And he gets stuff done.
Eh?
He gets stuff done.
Yeah, I know. People want to vote David Seymour to keep Luxon straight. Because I reckon he's as bad as fucking woke as the other lot.
But you don't think Seymour would take him in the other direction too far? 'Cause that's what I reckon.
Oh, I don't mind right, heading right. It's good. New Zealand needs to get away from this stupid, Maori hugging bullshit.
The thing is,
I live in the North Island. I tell you what, it's you see it everywhere.
I think the crux of the issue is that we need New Zealanders to be treated as one, and that the government should be working in the interest of all New Zealanders for a start fixing the basic problems like lack of education, lack of health. Yeah, lack of lawlessness. A bit of that going on.
Don't have this two people thing. Just bullshit.
We need to tackle that stuff first. The fundamentals.
I'm going to move on because I don't think you and me will probably ever agree.
Yeah, okay.
But I think he's that done a good job. I do like your I think you do have some good centrist things that New Zealand needs.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, thank
I
you.
think you're doing a good job.
Thank you. I'll pass that on to him if you don't say it.
You're telling me doing it right.
Cool. Thank you.
I'm delighted today to announce that we've got Keegan Langeveld here. Keegan will be standing for New Zealand First in the Dunedin electorate.
And to those who think that people go into politics for their own advantage, then I can tell you, frankly, that that is not true, with all the evidence one could possibly have. Because for those who are committed and are serious about this country and understand the romance and glamour of great ideas in politics, it's a tough, hard grind, but it's worth it. And Keegan Langeveld, well, you've always got to start somewhere.
This jacket. I'm going to have to find my car keys. I was recently announced as the New Zealand First candidate for Dunedin. It's quite surreal and it was quite encouraging. A lot of people are excited about a young candidate. The Dunedin electorate probably starts at about where that green field is over there and wraps up around pretty much on that entire hillside. And then it's cut off by Taieri in the middle up until we get over to Waverley Hill just over here, which has some very steep hills which are not fun to walk. Well, I've got no real personal ambition, so I just want to see the party back in Parliament, but hopefully that comes with the benefits of being able to work with MPs to put legislation through that represent young people.
We just witnessed you leaving youth politics and entering adult politics.
Oh, I guess it is a bit of a grown-up thing to take on an electorate and take on the big guys. I think, yeah, I am at the big kids table now.